What's up everyone, this is Scher talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be talking about a Taiwanese live stream that happened today that announced plenty of good stuff. And we have a new banner. This is the third style of Matriarch that's also very important. May not be as important as the first one, it's still very important now and for the future. She also comes with 3 other styles, none of them are bad, but one of them is just like Rofa's level, and I'll talk about it later. So the live stream happened 4 hours from the recording of this video. We'll be getting login bonuses. There are other stuff, like we have the information about the 4 styles. Matriarch is a spear wielder with pierce and stun damage. We have Vassal that works well if you have the past version. Then is this new character called Torp, and he is a slash damage dealer with axe, and he can also buff the party and debuff SDR from the enemy, although with not such a high intelligence. And then we have Rook, and this Rook here is the Rofa's level character. We'll talk more about him later. So there are more stuff here. They showcase the status and skills from the characters. We'll check them later on our srsdb.com. They also announced some login bonuses, the new event that's pretty similar to one we got in the past. They have the gold shovels, and this one is pretty nice. The bad problem is just that the gold shovels drop is terrible, but it allows you to get plenty of gold pieces. This you can see here the characters. There are just even golden bound there. It's just like the same event I seen, but the caps were increased to 1640s because it's always 10 more than what it sees. And there are more information about the same event. You'll get plenty of gold here if you are lacking gold. And then they announced a new banner that's actually a celebration banner that brings 10 different SS styles of SaGa Frontier, celebrating SaGa Frontier Remaster release. And some of them are still pretty nice. We have 2 versions of Emilia that are still good. We have 1 version of Annie. We have Red, we have Rofus, we have Liza. They are still pretty powerful in the game, and this will be very useful for those that are starting out or miss plenty of them. And there are still some type of discount here. I cannot fully understand, but it seems like it will not cost a normal price. This also brings us to the question, is this a 5% banner? No, I do believe that's 10%, 1% for each character, so double the race. This is just to the banner that we got in the past in December for the special Joe banner. Okay, so they are showcasing the characters here. We don't need to see this. There are new events related to SaGa Frontier, like we have all these bosses that we can fight, and the cap will be 1640s. Very nice, those enemies, I remember them when playing SaGa Frontier. There's also some other stuff, like 4,000 Jews, some of these challenges. See, these bosses here, they will probably be related to different damage types. Like this guy should be slash, this one should be pierce, this one should be blunt, and this one will be elemental. I'm not so sure, but probably. Then more giveaways, and we can also get a new style. This new style here on the new event is the engineer car from SaGa Frontier 1 as well. It's a free style, that's not so bad actually, and it's nice to have. Now we are on Reddit. I want to show a post by Hands4A3. Thanks again for doing such a good work. This is the resume from the live stream. It just explains some of the other stuff that I cannot translate. And we will be getting 2,000 Jews, some auto tickets, the banner comes, then the Gold Shovel event, they showcase it. There is also a Global X S Matriarch. I'll be showing you this Global X version of her, and it's amazing. It's free, it'll be given to everyone, but it's an S style, not a double S. There's a new SS Water Staff that will be added to the Our Room shop, so everyone will be able to get it. There's the reprint that we discussed it, 21 of March, this will be the event for SaGa Frontier, and we'll get some tickets to challenge 4 different bosses, and we get 4,000 jewels here. There are some news that can also be amplifiable. They are Diamond Dust, Nutcracker, and Hope Beat. Diamond Dust and Nutcracker are good, the unamplifiable Beat is not useful. And then we have gifts as always, yes, always. Now they also released an information about the version update. We are finally getting 100 tickets on Expedition at once. So leveling up new characters will be much faster. Then we can toggle late stages for Expedition. We also be able to send all expeditions at once. Certain styles into a group, it's easier to collect any expeditions. They are also changing the accuracy formula in the game, so for Sword, Greatsword, Axe, and Staff users, they will also use a part of their STR to increase accuracy. And for gun users, they will also use their STR, so they will never miss out anymore. Now I want to showcase some of the new styles in rsrsdb.com, and the third version of Matriarch is very good, and some people may not see it because she buffs strange values. She buffs Dexterity and Will. Dexterity deals more damage for guns, rapiers, and bow users, but also buffs Will, that will decrease damage from spells and also chance to be debuffed, status augment chances. But Love and Charisma buff will help you build strategies around increasing the heal effect. So this is good now and will become even better when we get a future formation that heals everyone by turn. Then she has Gleaming Way, an attack that's fast, weak, but at least it deals Pierce and Sun. Because she has 4 BP every turn, Gleaming Way, it's so easy to use if you want. Ritual of Wisdom is powerful by itself and also gives everyone 1 BP. This reduces the actual cost to 9 and helps some other characters with cycles. She has the highest STR of all her styles and it's actually a pretty good damage dealer. One of her passives increases some damage to the party as well. And then we have the other character being Rook. This is the second best character in the banner because he's just like Rofa's level. It's even stronger than Rofa's depending on the situations. This guy has just so many passives that I will not even explain here, but he reaches as much as 95% increasing damage when he's on critical HP. And he puts himself in critical HP by the attacks called Hammer Roll. This one is an amazing attack. Only 8 BP cost. He deals AoE damage with B power right from the start, and then he takes a recoil damage of 80% of his HP just so that he can get all his passives activated. And then after that he activates Heavy Impact. This is the same skill as Global X Tatiana, and he just has double the passives as her. And Heavy Impact is one of the strongest triple S attacks right now. So one AoE attack with standard damage, and then he enters critical HP, deals a lot of damage with Heavy Impact, and with only 8 BP cost, but he gets paralyzed on the turn that he uses the attack and the next turn, but then on the third turn he can use it again because it's only 8. So, see, depending on the situations, this guy will do just so much damage. He will also reduce damage that he receives, since he will be on critical, and also revive. So, most of the time, even if he dies on turn 2, you still have him activate for the third turn. So Rook is amazing in his Rofa's levels of damage, but only focused on Blunt. Then we have Vassalt. Vassalt is better if you have his past style as well. He gets Power Charge 3 so that he can inherit something from his other style called Torrential Storm. And not only that, he also has a very powerful attack that kind of costs a little too much in my opinion. It's 8 power, just like Double Crush, but here we have double elements, Cold and Lightning, and he debuffs Will. Depending on the situation, debuffing Will 2 times will allow you to inflict some status ailments easily. Well, that's not so useful in boss fights, but some specific challenges will benefit from this. He also has Diamond Dust that he can use 2 times. This is an AoE attack that has B power, pretty nice, and also Squall. This is a cheaper version that he can use if you want, but Diamond Dust is the thing here. He's a farming style. He's not so useful for boss fights, only if you want to take advantage of his Will debuff. And then the last character is Torque, and this guy here is actually useful, just nothing special. This guy has a constant STR buff if he's hitting for weak targets, so just buffing by using slash attacks. This is the only type he has. He can debuff STR, but his intelligence is not that special, but if he's being used with Matriarch, this will probably make him work. And he has a fast attack with 6 BP that buffs everyone's STR. Depending on the situations, if we have some events where we'll have many enemies and you want to get some score, this will help, because he just buffing everyone to increase the damage, and it's fast, so he always goes first. It's kind of similar to what you get with the latest version of Sif, but Sif buffs Dexterity as well. He just buffs STR, but at least he can buff again on the next turn. Maybe he will work better for some specific situations. But the attack is AoE. Maybe if he's not hitting for AoE, I believe it still worked. He also has Dynamic Shop Attack, that's actually very powerful as well. For the last thing, we have the Global X S style of Matriarch. It's not even called Matriarch, it's called Maiden of Lands. And it's amazing because this is an S style that has access to Fired Up 4. Her status are similar to other S styles, but a little better distributed. She could be used, depending on the situations, as an S style herself, for those that don't have any SS version of Matriarch, because of such a nice kit. We have Sentinel of Hope. This will decrease damage by 10%. It's not like Scrum Guard, it's just like Sophia had in the past, reducing all damage by 10% if everyone is alive. So 1 defensive, passive, one offensive passive, and also other one that gives player experience. Well, you cannot stack, so it's not so bad for farming, but I don't know if you will need this. But we come to the part that's important, the inheritance skill that she can pass on. This reminds me of Xenon Global Access style that added plenty of good inheritance to his versions, and now we have 3 good skills. Piercing Slash is the same attack that Minerva has, that deals both pierce and slash, and buffs STR. So Acupuncture Plus is the same attack that Minerva has as well, very powerful, and also debuffs STR from the targets by 30% that does not rely on intelligence. This is insane. And then Big Wheels, this is the last useful of them all. Depending on the situation, you can now use Matriarch just for increased damage. She gets 4 VP with her SS styles, and then the turns where you want to save VP, you can use Piercing Slash. If you want to use her for debuff, you can use Acupuncture Plus. And if you want to use her in raids, Acupuncture Plus may be helpful to decrease damage and allow you to survive better on auto, because raids are used on auto. So that's all, guys. I believe we have a very nice update in our hands. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll be live streaming it when it resets, but I'll also be releasing a review video of every new style before reset time. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. I want to see you again in the next video. Bye.